Hey there, and welcome back to Fidelity's YouTube. Today we're going to go through the receipt processing feature in Power Apps. First, I'm going to show you an app I've built using it, and then we're going to go through how to build that app. It's very straightforward. This is my landing screen here. It's made for phone design, and if you've got your phone, you can take that photo live. I'm just going to upload the receipt I've got here, and you'll see when I do that, it starts processing all the items, and the receipt is a little Christmas shopping I did before the new year, and you can see it's picking out different items here, and I can go over here and check what was in there. So it's picking out all those items there. It's also making some mistakes, like the merchant name, it's saying the park, but we can fix that. We can add in our own stuff. An item name there, missed my first item, but I think it was risk. And it's got all the items there, and this will grow and shrink depending on how many items are on the list because we're using a gallery, and the price down here. So without further ado, we're going to go through how to actually make that from scratch. So to build out my receipt reader, the first thing I'm going to do is add in the actual receipt processor over here. So you'll see there's other AI builder options here: business card reader, form processor, and receipt processor. So we're going receipt processor for this today. Very simple. I'm just going to stretch it out across the screen because when you use it on a phone, and I'm building this in the phone format, you kind of need it to be phone shaped really, because it's perfect for receipt. So I'm going to take up most of the screen with that, and straight away I'm just going to jump straight in here and go for scan receipt, and I've got one ready here. And you'll do this on the phone when you actually run it, and you can take live photo of your receipt. But it's picking up certain things, and this is a little receipt I have of shopping that I did before Christmas. A few Christmas presents in here, and it's picking out what items cost what, and a few different bits of information. So from here, what I like to do is I'm going to add in a button to bring us to another page. And actually, instead of adding in a button, I'm going to add in an icon, something that says, let's go to the next page. So I'm going to put in this one down here. And I'm going to add a new screen. So I'm going to add new screen. Just leave it as screen 2 for now. So when you select this little button, I want us to navigate to screen 2. And screen 2 is where I'm going to have all that information I want out of this receipt. So navigate to screen 2. So now on screen 2, I'm going to insert little gallery, and I'm going to put in this vertical gallery here. And the items for the gallery, I'm going to call that receipt processor 3. You can see it down here, receipt processor 3 dot and the purchased items. So dot purchased items, and you can see it's picking up some stuff already, which is handy. One thing I don't like about these galleries that come, the gallery I picked there, that's this vertical one. It has some nice stuff like these arrows and the dividers, but it has some annoying stuff like this picture. When you delete that, you get a bunch of errors. So I'm just going to actually delete pretty much everything out of it, except for my arrows. I like the next arrows in there. And I'm going to start from scratch here with this gallery here. So I'm going to put in a little label on the top that just says purchased items. And in my gallery, I'm going to put in another label that says something along the lines of, and just text, I'm going to put in item name. And I'm going to copy that and paste it. And I'm going to put in the price, item price. And one, maybe I'll put price at the bottom because I might put in also item quantity. So I'm going to put in item quantity. So how much of it did I buy? And I'm just going to try and keep those nicely spaced enough. And for each of these, I'm going to put in an input text. And I'm putting in an input text because it'll help for if the app misses anything, because in this case, it misses the name of one item. And it allows me then to be able to enter it in. So under default, I'm going to put in this item name. And you can see that top box is empty. And if we look back at the receipt processor, it misses the first item there I bought was risk. So it misses that. But you can see you've got your paint your own poodle, which I swear was a present for someone, and a carrier bag, but we'll have to be able to put in risk ourselves. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to put in item quantity here. And I'm going to copy that again. And at the very bottom, I am going to put in, I made a mistake there somewhere. So I'm just going to undo that. I copied some text in there. This is getting a little bit tight, so maybe we'll stretch this gallery out a little bit. And one thing about these galleries, it can be tricky to grab the stuff that you actually want, but the template size, I'm going to make the template size just something like 300. Is that too big? Yeah, 200. 200 gives us a nice little bit of space, and the template size splits them up, each of these items, a little bit better. So it gives you more space on each individual line. So now I've got my item name, my item quantity, and I could spend a little more time lining these up, but for now this might do. I'm going to shove that over there. I'm going to copy that whole bar and paste in another one down here that is item price. And the nice thing about doing this with a gallery is it then will react and adapt to if you've got more items than 3, or if you've got less, it'll only show whatever's there. So it's dynamic. So there's my purchased items. And I might add in one extra little field here that's at the bottom, like maybe total price. So I'm going to call this total price, and that's just a label again. And I'm going to insert, once again, I'm going to do this with a text box just in case my receipt picker missed it. So I'm going to put in another text box here. So total price. Down here, my total price. I will once again go to my receipt processor 3 dot, and I've got all these options here. I've also got merchant name, merchant address. So you can put in all these things you want, but I'm going to just put in total. And now I've got and maybe I'll just add in a few more pieces here as well. So I'm going to select everything on that screen, drag it down a little bit. I might put in my merchant name. So I might insert a label here at the top and say merchant name. And I'm going to drag that over here. And once again, I'm going to put in a text input, which is kind of important in case the AI misses some item of text, which I think it does in this case for merchant input. Because on the receipt I put in, I think the merchant's name is just in a logo at the top. And it's saying the park, so it's actually getting a little bit mixed up there as well. So let's have a look back here at my what's going on in my receipt processor. And if you look at that, that's the name of the merchant is Smith's up there, and it's actually grabbing an address, which can go wrong sometimes, and it's missing this item here, risk. So if I hop over here, the nice thing is, because I've set these up as text boxes, I can now go in, just fix any irregularities that are going on, and I'll be able to do that using my phone, and I can add in my risk. And that way I can keep an eye, make sure everything's right, as well as get the benefit out of using something like an AI builder. So obviously that's a bit rough and ready, but you can see the uses of it, and hopefully that is of help to you.